गुड मॉर्निंग। आज हम पढ़ेंगे सर्ट्स एंड एक्सपोनेंट्स के बारे में। ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चैप्टर है एंड हम इसके बारे में आज पढ़ेंगे। सर्ट्स और एक्सपोनेंट्स क्या होते हैं, उन पे ऑपरेशंस कैसे करते हैं, उनको सॉल्व कैसे करते हैं, क्या सब कुछ पढ़ेंगे हम। अभी तक हमने इससे पहले पढ़ा था कि √2, √3 एंड √5 आर इर्रेशनल नंबर्स। हम पढ़ चुके हैं रैशनल और इर्रेशनल नंबर क्या होते हैं। हमने रैशनल नंबर पढ़ा था कि रैशनल नंबर वो होते हैं जिनको p बाई क्यू की फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं वेयर q इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0 एंड p एंड q बोथ आर इंटीजर्स। ऐसे सारे नंबर को हम रैशनल नंबर्स बोलते हैं एंड जिनको हम p बाई क्यू की फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते उनको हम बोलते हैं इर्रेशनल नंबर। हम पढ़ चुके। सो इर्रेशनल नंबर्स ऑफ और रेडिकल्स ऑफ पर्टिकुलर टाइप आर कॉल्ड सर्ट्स। मैं इसको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा कि रेडिकल्स क्या होते हैं। इर्रेशनल नंबर ऑब्लिक रेडिकल्स ऑफ पर्टिकुलर टाइप आर कॉल्ड सर्ट्स। रेडिकल्स √2 is also radical, √4 is also radical, √6 is also radical. Anything which is under this kind of umbrella is a radical. But radicals of a particular type are only called surds. Now, what is the definition of a surd? Let me explain you the definition of a surd. This is very important. The definition of surd. This is very important. Definition of surd. Surd is defined as a positive irrational number of type, and surd is defined as a positive. Surd is defined as a positive irrational number of type and under root x, where it is not possible to find out the nth root of x. Now this is very important, and here x is always a rational number. So what we are essentially trying to say, that when I say n under root x is a surd, what I am saying that x has to be a rational number. X has to be a rational number, and you should not be able to find out the nth root of the x. And this n is called the power of the surd. Not just the power, it's called the order of the surd. N is called the order of the surd. X is called the radicand, and it has to be positive rational number. It has to be positive always, and this is all called the radical sign. This is called the radical sign. Okay. Now we can take a couple of examples to define the surd. How does the surd works? Now this here 5 is the radicand and its order is the 3. Now so what do you call it? Its order is 3 and radicand is 5, and you cannot find out the third root of the 5. So this is a surd. And when if you not mention anything, let's say this, it is always considered to be order of 2. Okay. And everything which is mentioned, every time you put anything under the every time you put a radical, it's not necessary to be surd. For example, 3√8 is not a surd. Why it is not a surd? Because I can always write 8 as a 2 cube, so this essentially becomes a 2 only, and 2 is a rational number. So if you can solve a radical into a rational number, then it will not be called a surd. So just be careful. And again, the number which is inside this radical sign has to be a rational number. So if I say a number like this, 2 plus √2, this is also not a surd. Why this is not a surd? A very simple definition. As I said, 2 plus √2 has to be a rational number, but 2 plus √2 is not a rational number. So that's why it is not a surd. We can talk about the pure and the mixed surds. What is the pure and the mixed surds? Pure and mixed surds. Pure surds are those surds which has got a multiplying factor of 1. For example, √2, √3, √5. These are called a pure surds. And mixed surds are those surds which has got a multiplying factor. We can take some more examples. This is also example of pure surd. Mixed surds are those surds which has got a multiplying factor 3 root 2, or this is also a mixed surd. Okay. Now you need to, I'm giving you a problem. I'm giving you 4 radicals. We have to identify which one is a surd or not. So this is a problem. The problem is we are giving 2 examples, root 25, root 50, then we have 3 root 128, and then we have, okay, this is working like this, then we have 81. Okay, now we have to identify which one is a surd or not, which one is not a surd. So I can solve this root 25 easily. It gives me value of 5. So 5 is a rational number, so this is not a surd. Similarly, if I to solve root 50, I can always write it like this, 25 into 2, so that becomes a 5 root 2. So this is a surd. And I can also do for the same 3 128. Okay. Now if I break it like this, 128 can be written down as a 62 to the power 6. Okay, 2 to the power 6. So I can always write it like this, 2 raised to 2. Now this is a surd. How I have solved it? Because when the 6 will come outside, it is already, it will be divided by 3. So that's why it will remain only 2. So 2 root 2. Okay. Now we talk about what are the surds, what are the pure and mixed surds. Now let's talk about some of the laws of radicals. So what essentially use करेंगे. What are different laws of radicals? Now this is one important row. This gives me n. Okay, and surd of nth order multiplied by surd of n order, but with the radicand b. If you solve these two, so you get radicand ab with the order of n, then a surd with the order n and b surd with the order n. If you solve this, then you get a upon b. These are some of the laws which you need to remember. These are the laws which will be using very extensively, and there are other similar operations which we can do it based on these laws. For example, if there is a radicand with x to the power p and the order is m, if I multiply this power by n inside the radicand, then I have to do the same multiplication outside also. So I will write mn. Now this is very important, which will be used extensively at lot many places. So I can also write, if this can also be written as a mn a, or it can also be written. So you can change the order interchangeably between the surds. This is also very important property. Now using the laws of radicand, we can find out, we can do a operation on a few radicals and find out whether they are surds or not. So the first example is root 10 multiplied by root 40. We need to find out whether it's a surd or not. So if we apply the first, the second law which we studied here, a into b with the same order, they can be multiplied. So here the same order is 2. So 10 into 40, it gives me 400 and it gives me 20. So this is not a surd. Okay. Now the second question, root 15 divided by 4 root 10. We need to find out whether it's a surd or not. So first we'll simplify root 15, and if 4 goes inside, then it becomes a 60 into 10. And if I apply this rule, then I can write it as 15 upon 160. Okay, I can also write it upon 3 upon 32. So now this is a surd. The third which I can do is, I can take 3 root 2 by 4 power 3. Now if I solve this, since I have the same powers, so I can multiply it and I can write it down. 8 order 3. Now 8 order 3 will give you 2. So it is not a surd, it is a rational number. And so these are the examples which we can use to find out whether the surd is or not. Now we'll study another important part of this. What do you mean by a similar surd? similar search. This property is very important. This particular subtopic is very important because that will define how we can do addition or subtraction. If the search can be reduced to similar irrational factor, then it is called then they are called similar search. For example, 2 5 and 7 5 are similar search. Why they are similar? Because they are irrational factor. They have the same irrational factor. Similarly, I can say root 75 and root 12 are similar search. I have to simplify it. I can write it like this, and I can also write it like this. Now they have the same irrational factor, same irrational factor. So now they are similar search, and you can do addition and subtraction of similar search. You can do addition and subtraction of similar search. आप इनको add और subtract दोनों कर सकते हैं. Example, root 50 plus root 72. I can always write it out. 5 root 2 plus 6 root 2, and we can add 11 root 2. We can also do a subtraction. So 45 root 6. This is another example. 3 2 1 6. Now 45 root 6, no problem. 3 2 1 6. I can always write down 6 की power 3. Okay, 6 की power 3. 2 1 6. 6 की power 3. Now that's 6 1 6. So or I can write it down 6 into 6 into 6. So 1 6 can come outside, and I say 45 root 6 minus 18 root 6. So this becomes 27 root 6. Okay. Now we can also do a multiplication and division of the search. Let me show you how we can do the multiplication and division of the search. Multiplication and division of search. Multiplication of the division of the root search is only possible when they are of the same order. They are of the same order. Then only the multiplication and division is possible. Now how can I say that? So if you have the one surd, if you divide it by another surd, you can do it because they both are of the same order. What is their order? Their order is 2. So you can do the division. Okay. But if they do not have the same order, then what do you do? तो आप उनको same order का बनाते हैं. How can you do? Let's say root 3 and this. Now here the order is here the order is 2. Here the order is 3. So what do you take? You take a LCM. So once you take a LCM, so you make it a 6. Once you make it a 6, so आपको यहाँ पर power 3 करना पड़ेगा, और यहाँ पर आपको अगर यहाँ भी 6 करना है तो यहाँ पर आपको 2 करना पड़ेगा. Now you can see it carefully. It becomes a 27 and this becomes a 4. Now whatever you want to do, you want to do a multiplication, you can do a multiplication. So what will the multiplication? 27 into 4. So this will become 108. This is how you can do that. Now next we can study about the comparison of the search. How do you do the comparison of the search? Comparison of search. So how you do the comparison of the search? Same again, comparison of search करने के लिए भी आपको you need to change in the same order. You need to have search in the same order. So first you need to change them into the same order. So 1 upon 2 and 3 1 upon 3. Now as of now his order is 2, his order is 3. So we'll take the LCM. So we'll make the same order 6. So what I do is I do the cubic here. So 1 upon 8. Here what will become 6 and 1 upon 9. So which one is larger? 1 upon 8 is greater than 1 upon 9. So 6 1 upon 8 is larger than 6 1 upon 9. So I can say 1 upon 2 is larger than 3 1 upon 3. That's how we can do that comparison to search. Okay, let's take another example which will be bring more clarity here. So this is one search, this is another search, and this is another search. If you have to do a comparison, again if you see that here the order is 3, here the order is 2, here the order is 6. So we'll take LCM. The LCM comes out to be 6. So what I do is 4 here, 27 here, same. Now we look at same base. They have the same power, same, what is it, same order. So which one is the larger? This one is the larger, this one is the second larger, and this one is the smallest. So if I have to write down the order, this one is the greatest, then followed by this, then followed by this. Okay, so that's how it goes. Comparative search, we can do it. Now the next terminology which comes is the rationalization of the search. Now let's see what is the rationalization of search. What do you understand by the rationalization of search? So let's understand what is the rationalization of search. So multiplying two search so that we get a rational number. When we multiply two search to get a rational number, this process is called a rationalization, and each search is called the rationalizing factor. For example, अगर 3 की पावर 1/2 है और इसको मैं 3 की पावर 1/2 से मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा, I'll get 3. Now, so this was a surd, this is also a surd. Okay, so both have become, जब मैंने दोनों मल्टीप्लाई किया तो give me rational number. So both are the rationalizing factor. So I can say 3 की पावर 2/3 है and 3 की पावर 1/3 से इसको मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा, then also I'll get 3. So 3 की पावर 1/3 is a rationalizing factor of 3 की पावर 2/3, or I can say 3 की पावर 2/3 is a rationalizing factor of 3 की पावर 1/3. So process of converting the, so what is the rationalization process? It's a process of converting irrational search into rational number. It's called rationalizing. Okay, and now we can find out the rationalizing factor also. What is the rationalizing factor? How to find the rationalizing factor? So let's say if I have to find out the rationalizing factor under root 27, I can always write this number like this, 3√3. Okay, now if I have to make it a rational number, I need to just multiply it by √3. It will become a rational number. So what is the rationalizing factor for the 3√3? √3 is the rationalizing factor. We can take it slightly. It's 4. Now, what is the use of the involving irrational search? How do you rationalize the what is the rationalizing is used basically for simplifying the denominator of the search. So when you have the search in the fraction form, what do you do? You rationalize the denominator of the search. Now I have a search like this in a fraction form, √3 plus √5, √3 minus √5. Now I want to rationalize the denominator, because we have to make it simplify, so we rationalize it. So what do we do is, in order to rationalize the denominator, we multiply both denominator and numerator by conjugate. So the conjugate of √3 minus 5 is √3 plus 5, and here also √3 plus √5. So if you multiply it, you'll get a 3 plus 5 to √15, and here you get 3 minus 5. So you can write it down 8 plus 2 √15 upon minus 2, or you can also write it down minus 4 minus √15. So this is how you rationalize the search in the fraction form by rationalizing the denominator. And this was all about the search. Please give your feedback and comments on this video. Thank you.